The layers of the mind according to Ayurveda and the Western world. Good day and welcome to you here in the Ayurveda in Europe channel. Today I am going to talk about the layers of the mind according to Ayurveda and the Western world. So first of all, our being has different parts, and these different parts are resonate on different frequencies. So we don't see everything with our physical eyes because we see only a spectrum with the physical eyes. It is a little bit difficult to imagine for the Western people because we are more focused on what we see with our physical eyes, and in the East, somehow the people think in a different way. Somehow the material and non-material things are not that separated. Also, the seen and unseen things are not so separated. So let's just accept that some of or layers of our bodies, like emotions and thoughts, we cannot see with our physical eyes. So what are these layers? The first is the physical body. This is easy because we see it with our physical eyes. We need to nurture it because this is how we exist here in the three-dimension world. And it is also important to keep it healthy because when we go inside to find our inner being or true self, it shouldn't be an obstacle in our meditations. And it is also good to train for the same reason. And for us, it's good to know how it works and how we can correct, for example, health issues. And meditations help a lot with this. The next layer, this is called Annamaya Kosha in the Ayurvedic system. The next layer is the so-called etheric body. And this is where the life force is flowing through us. This is what operates our body, for example, our breathing and our heartbeat. And this is how we relate to the universe, and this is also very good to train because later on we can also direct our life force if we practice a lot, and we can be able to remove some blocks in the flow so we can get healthier. The next layer is the layer of our emotions, and this is called Manomaya Kosha in the Ayurvedic system. This is where our emotions are. And sometimes you are reading in the Western world the so-called astral body, and by this usually the people mean the etheric body and the emotional body together. The next layer is the so-called layer of our knowledge and thoughts, and this is called Jnanamaya Kosha in the Ayurvedic system. And sometimes when you read in the Western word mental body, usually people mean this layer and also the emotional layer together. So our thoughts and emotions together, they call sometimes mental body. And deeper inside us, there is a so-called intellectual or causal body or buddhi, ki hogy ejti. Sorry, how you pronounce it. So this is where our wisdom is, and this is where we can discriminate between the good and bad. And some people say this is the layer where all the experiences from our past life are stored. And the next layer, which is deeper in us, the so-called bliss body. And this is where our eternal center is, or true self. And here where we can experience happiness, peace, and joy. So when we actually practice, we try to reach this part inside us. And then there is a so-called silver channel, silver cord, how we relate to the universe, and we operate through this. And also, I would like to give you a few more examples how other authors describe our being. So when you read about it, you understand it better. So sometimes the Ayurvedic authors say that we have physical body and mind, manas, and by this they mean the emotions and the thoughts and the sensation, usually. And then buddhi, the intellectual layer, where there is the recognition and we make memories. So it was a little bit advanced. I hope it helps you to understand how our being works, and when you read about it, you can imagine it a little bit better. So stay happy, stay healthy, and have a nice day.